In the world of football, stars like Jordan Henderson are facing criticism, being branded as frauds for chasing big money contracts in Saudi Arabia. The Saudiproleague has undergone a huge overhaul thanks to the powerhouse known as the PIF. The PIF manages a jaw-dropping $700 billion from the Saudi government's coffers. This move aims to diversify the nation's income streams beyond oil. And since the arrival of mega stars like Cristiano Ronaldo, things have changed for the wealthy Gulf state. So why are people angry? The country's laws. Many are outraged by the sudden rise of the Saudiproleague, and more specifically because players are choosing to move to the Gulf state. The Constitution of Saudi Arabia declares that the king must comply with Sharia, the Islamic law. More specifically, the traditions of Muhammad are the country's constitution. The people ridiculing players for making moves to the Pro League do not hold these religious beliefs and thus see it fit to criticize the players because of the laws that govern the country. Laws that trample women's rights and stand against freedom of expression and criminalize gay marriage. The Saudi government would argue that they have made huge strides in recent years. Strict dress regulation, mandatory gender segregation, and a ban on women drivers was abolished. But the country still imposes strict rules against human rights that isolate it from the Western world. The country's investment in football is considered as sports washing. So how much money is enough money for footballers? In light of all these factors, players are still moving in droves, and although players like Messi, Mbappe, and recently Mohamed Salah have rejected moves to the wealthy state, many others are choosing to make the switch. Contrary to common misconception that Saudi teams mainly sign players at the twilight of their careers, a quick glance at Transfermarkt reveals a different picture. Stars like Otavio from Porto, Demarai Gray from Everton, Luis Felipe from Betis, and Aleksandar Mitrovic from Fulham have chosen to move to the Pro League. They did not just warm the benches at their respective teams. These players earned their stripes as key contributors, racking up some serious playing time. These surprising switches are proving that the Saudi Pro League is not just a retirement home. They are looking to be a new frontier for talent to shine. Imagine footballers diving headfirst into a treasure chest, with weekly wages so wild they leave European rivals in the dust. Jordan Henderson once earned a mere $7 million or more at Liverpool. He's now set to rake in an eye-popping, tax-free $35 million a year in the Gulf state. That's a staggering $700,000 per week for the former Liverpool skipper. This amount dwarfs his previous $200,000 deal. This type of contract has made the league a draw and sent shockwaves throughout Europe, rocking the very core of the top 5 leagues in Europe. The earnings these players are pulling in are simply mind-boggling. Otavio's contract to Al Nassr boasts a staggering $246 per week. 1,000 guys. 1,000. Ruben Neves to Al Hilal is at a $230,000 per week. Aleksandar Mitrovic also at Al Hilal with an astonishing $345,000 weekly. And the footballing sensation Neymar making an astonishing $2.3 million each week at Al Hilal. What's truly intriguing is that none of these players ever saw such colossal sums during their European peak years. It makes us ponder, could any of us honestly have turned down such life-changing money? The Saudis have huge ambitions, whether we believe it or not. From improving the quality of the game in the Middle East to bringing in players to share their expertise, with huge goals like improving the quality of football within the country. The Saudis have employed Michael Eminalo as the chief director of football. Eminalo was a former technical director at Chelsea. He completely restructured Chelsea's academy, scouting, loan, and women's team setups. And he is credited as the key figure behind the club's success, having overseen the scouting and transfers of key players including Juan Mata, Thibaut Courtois, Kevin De Bruyne, Mohamed Salah, N'Golo Kante, Eden Hazard, and even Cesc Fabregas. Eminalo's arrival could be a signal of intent from the Saudis, and this could be the start of something new for the country. Let us remember that Saudi Arabia was the most supported team in the World Cup, and the country wants to one day host one of the World Cup tournaments as well. Please consider hitting that like button if you're enjoying the video. The financial landscape of football has undeniably reached astronomical heights, forcing us to confront the stark reality. Players prioritize the well-being of their families over public perception. But to say that the Saudi government is being careless with their spending would be an uneducated statement. The state simply understands that it's not passion for the game that drives these elite players, but it is rather money that fuels them. Let us not be quick to judge these players for choosing money. Each of us might have made a similar choice if we were placed in their shoes. These athletes are not just securing their futures, they are crafting generational wealth. After all, players are in essence employees, seeking the best opportunities, much like any one of us pursuing better aspirations for our careers. So, are footballers selling their souls? Or do you think that moving to the Saudiproleague is the right thing to do? Comment in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.
Well, if sport washing gonna increase my GDP by 1%, and then I will continue doing sport washing.
You're okay with that term?
I don't care. I have 1% growth of GDP from sport, and I'm aiming for another 1.5%. Call it whatever you want. We're gonna get that.